So, good morning to all of you. So, we'll start with virtualization and common standards in cloud computing. So, we have finished what is meant by virtualization in the last lecture. Now, we'll go for the common standards also in the cloud computing. So, syndication. So, what is actually Atom? Atom publishing protocols and RSS that comes under the syndication. So, content syndication provides citizen convenient access to the new contents and headlines from the government via your RSS. So it is nothing but the really simple syndication. And other online syndication standards, governments are providing access to more and more information online. As a website becomes more complex and difficult to shift through, new or timely content is often buried. So what happens here? As per the governments, we have to make the changes in a suppose your online website. So what are the standards specified, online syndication standards that we have to specify? So first one is your RSS is a family of web feed format used to publish frequently updated works. So what your works you want to update frequently? Such maybe so examples are your blogs are there, blog entries are there, news headings, audio, video, which you want to update every day or weekly, whatever maybe, at what time you want to update in a specific standard format. That is nothing but the in a standardized format. An RSS document includes full or summarized text plus metadata such as publishing date and authorship. So who is the author? Who have made the or updated that data, or at what date, at what time he had made the changes. So publishing date comes and the ownership, or we can say the authorship. Web feed benefits publisher by letting them syndicate content automatically. So whichever content you want to change or syndicate, so using web feed we can make the changes in the content automatically. They benefit readers. They benefit readers who wants to subscribe to the timely updates. So what you are updated today. So if any user want to get the update every time, so what are updated information? So here from the favor website or to aggregate feeds from many sites into the one place. So RSS feed can be read usually software called as a reader that can be web based. So what type of reader RSS feed can be? It may be the web based. Second one, it may be the desktop based. Third one, it may be a mobile device or any other computerized internet connected devices from which they can access that information or the field information required by the user. Then Atom and Atom Publishing Protocol, that is your app. The name Atom applies to the pair of related standards. The Atom syndicate format is an XML language used for web feed, while the Atom publishing. So whatever you want to publish. So what is this Atom? It is nothing but the syndicated format which is used for the web feed. So protocol Atom Pub or app is a simple HTTP based protocol for creating. So what is HTTP? We'll study in the next part. For creating and updating the web resource, sometimes known as a web feed. So what's your resource? The web resource you want to update, which you want to update using the web feed. So we are using HTTP protocols for creating and updating this web resource. So web feed allows software programs to check the updates published on a website. So whatever updates you want to make, so using this web feeds allows software program to check whatever update has been published on your website. To provide a web feed, a site owner may use specialized software such as your content management system that publishes a list or a feed of recent articles or a content in a standard machine readable format. Atom format was developed an alternative to the RSS. Then the next one point is your SOAP. SOAP originally defined as a simple object access protocol. It is a protocol specification for exchanging structured information in the implementation of web services in a computer network. In release on XML, as its message format usually relies on other application layer protocol, mostly notably remote procedure, that is a RPC. So remote procedure call, in which the procedure was written on a server machine and you are passing a parameter on from a client machine. So here we are using the concept of stubs and skeleton and HTTP for message negotiation and transmission. SOAP can form the foundation layer of web services protocol stack, providing the basic messaging framework on which web services can be built. The SOAP architecture consists of several layers of specification for message format, message exchange patterns, then underlying transfer protocol binding, which protocols are used for binding, then message processing models and protocol extensibility. SOAP is a successor of your XML RPC. Then communication. In communication, we have to go for HTTP, simple, and your we are using exchange, MPAP, then hypertext transfer protocol, that is your HTTP. HTTP is an application level protocol for distribution, collaborative hypermedia information system. It uses for retrieving link resource lead to the establishment of World Wide Web. HTTP development was coordinated by the World Wide Web Consortium and the Internet Engineering Task Force. HTTP is a request response standard between client and server. So whatever request is sent by the client, response will be sent by the server using HTTP. Client is the end user and server is a website. The client machine making the HTTP request using the web browser. So using the web browser, we are making the request, or using the Spider or any other end user tools is referred to as user agent. The responding server, which stores or creates resources such as HTML files and images, is called as a origin server. In between the user agent and origin server may be several intermediaries such as proxies, gateways, and tunnel traffic. Typically, the HTTP client initiates a request. So we are using the port number 80 by default. It is using the port number 80. It establishes a transmission control protocol connection to particular port on the host. The HTTP server listening to that port waits for client to send a request message. Upon receiving the request, the server sends back a status line such as HTTP 10 so 200 okay, so okay for this, that is what message has been received, or it is what successfully received. So 200 okay, and the message of its own, the body of which the perhaps the requested resource, an error message, or some other information. Resources to be accessed by HTTP are identified using your URL, uniform resource identifier, or uniform resource locators using the HTTP or HTTPS URI scheme. The second one is a simple. So session initiation protocol for instant messaging and present leveraging extension simply is an instant message and presence protocol stood based on the session initiation, that is using the SIP. Like LAMP simply is an open standard, simply makes use of SIP, that is session initiation protocol, for registering for the presence information and receiving the notification when presence related event occur. It is also used for sending short message and managing the session for real-time message between two or more participants. Implementation of the simple BEST protocol can be found in session initiation protocol, soft phones, and also in hard phones. The simply presence specification can be broken up into the core protocol methods, presence information, and the handling of the privacy policy and provisioning. Then XAMPP, Extensible Messaging and Presence Protocol, is an XML-based protocol used for near real-time extensible instant messaging and presence information. Remains the core protocol for Zaber instance messaging and presence technology. Zaber provides a carrier-grade, best-in-class presence and messaging platform. The technology also enables collaboration across many different presence systems such as Microsoft Office communication servers, IBM, same time AOL, Google, and Yahoo. Then security, SAML or OpenID, SSL, and TLS, Security Assertion Markup Language, is an XML-based standard for communicating authentication, authorization, and attributes information amongst online partners. It allows business to securely send assertion between partner organizations regarding the identity and entitlement of the principal. The Organization for Advancement of Structured Information Standards Security Services Technical Committee is in charge of this defining, enhancing, and maintaining the specification of SAML. SAML is built on the number of existing standards, namely SOAP, HTTP, and XML. So we'll stop here and we'll go for the next lecture, that is XAMPP remaining.